Hey man, how are you? Morrison already here.
What's up?
What's up? What's up? Did you see the trailer?
Yeah, why? Why is that?
You gotta look inside, man.
By the
You're
way,
part of the team, right?
have you been noticing that you're in the movie Birds?
Yes. Help me out here. It's like vlogging and that's
So
a whole lot of three.
It's that time again.
It's the time. It's coming. We gotta be ready.
Where do you want to put it?
Every year we're too late having like a winter decoration,
Yeah.
winter vibe. It's already cold. So I thought this year I'm gonna be on time. She's get itchy just looking at it.
Yeah. That's cool.
That's cool, right?
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm kind of scared to stand here.
Yeah, it's scary. It's a scary floor.
Yeah.
I'm walking back. Otherwise, I can't get you on the screen. But
Yeah, but it needs to be dirty because otherwise I feel uncomfortable standing here.
you know what made me feel good?
What?
The guy who did the floors.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's me. That did the floor said the more you use it, the
Yeah.
better the floor starts to look.
I hope so.
So it's supposed to be like a little scratchy and dirty, but it's hard to accept.
Yeah, right now it's too clean.
Yeah, it's so clean. If you look at that area, it's like the camera can't even focus. But now we got to build a new office, otherwise we don't have an office. And yes, office work is part of the work. So we got to get the desk from downstairs. Looking good.
Looking good.
Office?
Office done.
No.
I want like a statue here with the world is yours.
Like a statue?
Around.
Yeah?
A statue with a globe, with neon signs, the world is yours.
The world is yours.
And a fountain.
And a pinky and a brain hamster.
Yeah.
I want a Chesterfield sofa.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, of course. It's a man cave. It's not really an office.
No.
It shouldn't feel like we're working. You don't want like if you get that office feeling.
Yeah.
Then I didn't do it properly. Now it's version 0.02. See, every time it just comes a little better.
It keeps on evolving.
The only problem is that this is like one chair, but still need another chair here. I don't have a chair for that desk. I just used like a chair out of the house. For now, this will do.
You need a skippy ball. That's what they do in the really hot offices, in the Google offices.
Yeah?
Yeah, they sit on skippy balls.
I don't know.
No.
And maybe some paint and lights, because like I got the holes, I got the wire, lights, paint. All right, let's go.
What?
We're filming inside.
Inside, of course.
We didn't even talk about it.
No?
No, dude, we're filming inside. Look, show them the set.
There may be some people that haven't even seen this. This is the studio that we use for the winter, basically. It's sort of Napoleon studio because we have a beautiful Napoleon right here, and well, of course, that's like a really cool centerpiece. Of course, we have this. Also, mentionable, I think. I mean, we should show it off more, I think. For the people that have been watching this and have seen this before, the antlers are new and they're a really cool addition. Have you showed them in the vlogs?
Yeah, we showed them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What we haven't showed you is that like a couple of months ago we had Romek here, and Romek is a light specialist. And he helped us, well, he basically gave us like a light 101 class. So he taught us how to do it, and we changed a couple settings in the lighting, removed a little bit of lighting, replaced it a little bit, and now we have like the perfect setup.
Perfect setup. But this is like now it's my turn because you're talking about videos and I'm talking about cooking. So let's switch places because this is kind of the coolest kitchen we have. Because look, I've got drawers, like real drawers where you can put stuff, and I got a lot of stuff. And like everything I can put in here. I even have a fridge right there. I got my gas bottles in here. I can slide it out. Look at that. Who has that? I mean, seriously. I got my grill. I got so many other drawers. I even have a sink, but I haven't hooked it up yet. It's like, sorry, but it's my storage, my food storage, so it's not in the screen. But this is where all the stuff goes. And then I got the whole backdrop here where I can store everything.
So we got the meters right here. We got all the pena pepper stash.
Don't show them my secret stash, that's like off limits. While we're here, we might as well do the quick update on this beautiful piece of meat. Look at that. It says 10/11 and that's next week. So probably gonna take it out by then. Looking good, 8 weeks. Like, you know it's starting to becoming good when the meat gets darker, the lines get defined. Like, it looks good. It just like, there's like, I now know it just looks good. Whoa. And I wanted to show you guys this. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? All these ribs. This one's got a little bit too hot, but the rest of it, and some people think on gas grills you don't get that smokiness. Yes, we get that smokiness because we got our tray here and that smoke right there. And we got that air coming up, you can see it right there. So this whole beast is smoking our ribs, and I bet you we're gonna find a smoke ring on these ribs. So I know a lot of you say like, gas grills, come on dude, what are you doing? Seriously, gas grills are giving smoke rings. And what's more important to me than the ring and actually seeing the color is the flavor, because the rings from nitrate in the air is like burned, well, basically burnt things, but it's about the flavor, the pure flavor of the wood, and we get it from this gas grill, so I like it. We got a project with the Parmesan cheese chicken. Look at that. Chicken crusted with Parmesan cheese, and my hope is that it will just melt on and then have it just melt onto the chicken while we're grilling it. So we get it super nice and brown, and then I got this awesome dip sauce to go with it. It's gonna be spicy. I got these ravique peppers, they're gonna be super hot. It's gonna be tasty. Tasty as you know what. Salsa. This would go absolutely perfect with...
We're fully loaded. Chicken ribs, chicken ribs.
I see something happening here. I think we gotta look at that. Ooh, yeah. We don't want to mess up the crust, so I'm gonna be extra careful. Oh, Eva, won't you buy me a stack of ribs? My friends all eat brisket,
What's up?
but I just wanna make a man.
Are we going to eat or not yet?
Dude, it's ready,
Yeah.
but you know how this works, right?
Oh man, it looks so. You know, in my hometown where I grew up, Deventer. I gotta tell him.
Oh,
I gotta tell him. I'm proud.
But you're not from Deventer. That's not where you're.
I was born in Deventer.
Yes.
Deventer Hospital.
But you lived all over the place.
Yeah.
So
But in my hometown, we have a place called El Popo. And when you order ribs, you get it in a cast iron pan. And when I see something beautiful as this, served in a cast iron pan, I'm just like, that's beautiful.
El Popo sounds like the one from like where they do like
What?
from the series from the.
El Chapo.
No.
What?
El Pollo Loco.
Oh, El Pollo Hermano. El Pollo Hermanos.
Yeah. Lo Popo.
But there's something about cast iron and ribs that just makes it makes my heart go faster.
Did we get a picture for this for the website?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Maybe another one?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I opened Pandora. This is like opening Pandora box. If you ask Morrison, if you like, could we do this or could we do that, then there he goes again. Now another half hour goes by. Oh, that's a perfect shot, and you're done.
I'll make it quick.
See, he takes another one. It's like a Japanese going into like Amsterdam. Like Morrison's like a food tourist. He's got to take the pictures. And then he actually takes pictures with his phone and sends it to his girlfriend.
Yeah, the horrible pictures I sent to my girlfriend.
All the good stuff.
Wait, I need the lights. I need the Napoleon lights.
Dude.
Oh man. Napoleon, if you're watching, this is
Oh,
beautiful.
that's gorgeous. That's a thing of beauty right there. Well done. Time to eat. Well, actually, we still got to record the TikTok. But after that, after like another half hour, it's time to eat. I can just lick that brush. I like this brush the best, by the way. If you ever looking for a good brush, just go to the hardware store. Best brushes ever. Dude!
Yeah.
Wait, you're running!
Yeah. The ribs were just amazing. I'm even gonna do this. Spicy and sweet.
If you could marry food, you would marry these ribs.
Yeah. I would like to be, how do you say that? When you're, I would like to be at arranged marriage. Like, I would like to know before I even turn 18 that I'm gonna marry this.
We can arrange anything you want.
Yeah.
The question is, what is gonna be the bridal treasure? Your service, your eternal service?
My eternal service.
Awesome. Do we settle for that, Eva? You wanna share the recipe? Alright, we're clearing up, getting rid of all this junk, and then, oh man, I can't wait to show you the next part. It's so awesome. But
Next
it
part?
yeah, I can't tell you.
No?
Because it's tomorrow.
Okay.
Morning. It's gonna be an exciting day this morning. We're gonna go to Van de Zee. There we are, Van de Zee, in a misty morning. Do you still know this guy? Henk?
Hi. Good morning.
Henk, you look a little weird.
Yes, because I have a beard.
Yeah, it's food safety, so that's important. We gotta dress safe for food safety. That's number one. And then now we're inside, actually, the processing plant of Van de Zee, and we're just gonna check it out, see what's happening here. We also know this guy, Gemco.
Hello.
Look at that. Hungry in the morning, man. Alright, so we got the whole cuts coming in, like the half cows coming in, like half size. And then this guy right here, Master Butcher, he takes these, takes them apart, puts them on a big table, like that, and then he just starts taking it apart. And from that, he gets the primal cuts to this person right there, and he's cutting that up into prime cuts. Then it gets chopped up, cleaned up, like that. And finally, it gets bagged up, vacuumed, in the shrinking bath, and there we go. Final product. And that's all from this. Whoop. And that all happens in just minutes. That's how fast this goes. Insane. This is a crazy good operation. Great meat, great craftsmanship. So awesome. So this was inevitably happening. I was looking at this piece and I was discussing this would be an awesome piece to be smoking. Basically, we're looking at a bone-in brisket. So that's this part. This part is the brisket. This is the front of the cow. I want this piece. This is the brisket part. And that part, this whole side, I want it together with the inside and the bones. So we're going to have a bone-in brisket. Yeah, I wasn't planning on getting meat here, but yeah, it happens. It's like women in shoe stores. look at the marbling. That looks good. nice amount of fat, hard fat on top. Good intramuscular fat, that's what I'm looking for. Good color. Good idea?
Very good idea.
All right. Of course, we gotta take off first the prime cuts that we're not gonna use for the brisket, so it's clearing the whole thing out, taking off the leg and exposing the brisket. And then it's going to be sawed up, and basically the parts get taken off that I'm not gonna need, but we're gonna have ourselves a beautiful bone-in brisket. Back in the car on my way home, and I must say that was an impressive meat processing plant. Like, I've been in a lot of these places and I've worked in processing myself, like production plants and stuff like that in the past. I'm a technical guy from my background and I was super impressed. And these guys knew what they were doing. They had everything super clean and super like insane. Like everything stainless steel. And that's kind of like an inspiring thing. It's like the way they treat their profession, the way they work, the way they do their things. It's something that it gives me inspiration. And like seeing the butcher there processing the meat, like the main guy cutting up those prime cuts, and the whole line is depending on his speed and his ability to cut these cuts of meat, these prime cuts, and that's just awesome. He was working, he was and yeah, we were looking at the meat, and I saw that part and I said, wow, that's kind of cool. With the brisket with the bone on, how cool would that be? Just like a prime cut plus. Normally you can't get these cuts. Well, you have to ask your butcher, but he will have to order the meat, and then he will be left with the rest of that cut. That's basically half of the side of a cow, and he has to find a way to process the rest. So that's like a very expensive exercise. But in this occasion, I could point at it and say, like, I want this piece, the brisket with the bone on, and it's just poop, poop, poop. There you go. Going inside of these plants and see how they work. Like I know a lot of people talk bad about these things, but you should be proud. You know, you should be proud of the meat processing plant. That's what we eat. We should be proud meat eaters. We should be proud of the work that we do. Like I really enjoy the meat, and that's why I'm also not a big fan of like discounting meat and discounting everything, because I'm looking like for the cheapest things. Because if you see these plants, and if you see a good plant operating, it's so valuable, so much more valuable than like, well, looking for the cheapest piece of meat that you can find. So, and I understand that that's a challenge, but I really enjoyed it. So like, great trip. For me, it's a great opportunity to see something, get inspired again, and well, I took that beautiful piece home. So let's go to a dry age cabinet. And there we go. Beautiful project. Dry aging cabinet. Brisket on the bone. That's a beauty. Like, that's so beautiful. We're just gonna have to let this hang here for, I think it's gonna be like a week or something like that, just for it to dry in a little bit, and then we're gonna put this beauty on the grill. That's gonna be so freaking awesome. I'm already hungry. It's about lunchtime. See you next time, next week.